Queensland, Australia, March 6, 2025.
Holy shit!
Millions of Australians, especially in parts of Queensland, are currently facing the threat of powerful tropical cyclone Alfred that is predicted to be the worst in recent years. The Bureau of Meteorology, BOM, says tropical cyclone Alfred's movements are an evolving situation as some southeast Queensland supermarkets shut their doors and public transport halts in anticipation of its landfall. Warnings remain in place from Double Island's point to south of the Queensland and NSW border, with the center of the Category 2 system expected to cross the coast early Saturday morning, most likely between Nusa and Coolangatta. Senior meteorologist Matthew Colope said, while the cyclone's movement slowed overnight, that could mean further destructions. Little by little, the impact of the cyclone has caused damage in several places due to the high waves and strong winds. A 12.3-meter wave was recorded off Main Beach on the Gold Coast overnight, the highest ever recorded. Premier David Crisafulli said the system was already starting to pack a punch as it edged towards the southeast coast. Queensland supermarket in impact zones will close from today, while others have reduced their opening hours. On March 6, conditions quickly worsened on the Gold Coast as Cyclone Alfred continued to approach southeast Queensland. Footage filmed by the residents shows waves gaining in intensity and rain lashing out the Palm Beach neighborhood of the Gold Coast. The Bureau of Meteorology in Queensland said a Category 2 cyclone was expected to maintain its current intensity as it kept approaching the southeast Queensland coast. BOM's latest modeling shows winds near the center of the cyclone will be about 95 km per hour, with gusts of up to 150 km per hour. Public transport services will remain suspended until at least Friday, alongside elective surgeries, with further updates to come. Authorities said roads and bridges will keep open for as long as weekend for key workers. The expected slow pace of the cyclone will bring even more rain to affected communities. This is because it will linger for longer over the same locations, dumping more rain before it moves on. Alfred's slowing means the huge waves triggered by the cyclone will last longer too, likely making coastal erosions and flooding worse. Local weather expert can yet say if Alfred's unusual path and slow speed are linked to climate change, but climate change is driving very clear trends which can load the dice for more intense cyclones arriving in subtropical regions. These include the warm waters which fuel cyclones spreading further south and cyclones dumping more rain than they used to. Meanwhile, the storm is also now likely to make landfall by Saturday morning near Brisbane, Australia's third most populous city, the Bureau of Meteorology said in its latest update, compared with the prior projections of landfall by early Friday. The storm's destructive reach will stretch across the border regions of the states of Queensland and New South Wales, the Bureau said, bringing heavy rain, flooding, and damaging winds. Storm warnings on Thursday stretched for more than 500 kilometers across the northeast coast. A huge wave whipped up by the cyclone eroded beaches, and officials urged residents in flood-prone areas to evacuate soon. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese said the defense force will be ready to support emergency services. More than 5,000 properties in southeast Queensland and thousands in northern New South Wales are without power as officials worry there will be more outages when the wind speed increases. Brisbane Airport said it will suspend operations around 4 p.m. on Thursday but keep its terminals open for defense operations. Qantas Airways said its international operations from Brisbane will remain suspended until Saturday noon and domestic flights until Sunday morning. More than 1,000 schools in southeast Queensland and 250 in northern New South Wales were closed on Thursday, while public transport in Brisbane has been suspended.
Ai, 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 vamos aguardando essa chuvinha chata. Tá vendo? Tá bem também.